Вот, продолжаем ходить. Игрушку, да? На первый этаж нам нужно. Давайте поговорим еще с этой мудилой. Угу, понятно, смысла нет никакого. Ну вот она, квартира. Это. Давайте. Там грубая сила нам нужна, по-моему, будет. Вот. Так. Грубая сила. Там еще. Вот. Штанишки. Где там еще грубая сила? Угу. Понятно. Только штаны нам помогут. Ну ладно. Хорошо.
A shabby door hangs oddly on its hinges, secured to the doorframe with a safety chain. An unpaid energy bill is attached, threatening to cut off the electricity. It's addressed to Mr. Uno Doroita.
Uno Doroita, блядь.
And the place comes with 3 months' worth of utility bills.
No response. The apartment numbers have fallen off the door, leaving the panel with a sticky 1 shaped shadow and a marker. You'll need to equip the chain cutters to enter. Snip right through the metal.
Ну давай, не вопрос.
A shabby door hangs oddly on its hinges. Snip. The cutter goes through them like dead leaves. The links fall to the ground on the other side of the door. Don't let the quiet fool you. The beast is in there somewhere, ready.
I know there's no stopping you, but let's at least make this quick.
Давай. Так. Так. Деньги. Храпит пидорас, да?
A phone book lies open on the table, covering a stack of utility bills. Right next to it, in plain sight, sits a small bottle of amphetamine, conveniently equipped with a straw.
Good. Confiscate it.
The minuscule amount of amphetamine doesn't interest the lieutenant in the slightest. He listens instead to something in the... You pocket the bottle as if it were the most natural thing in the world. Blast it before you face the beast. Deruita. Your go...
Да нет, конечно, не буду я ее пить. Че, ебанутый, что ли? Кисло воняет. Лол. Самообладание.
A bundle of clothes heaped on the bed. A stained parka, some towels and a duvet. Some socks even. In the dark, it looks like a nest. Something underneath there is It doesn't give a shit that you're a cop. Stop your hand now, or you're gonna die. Your hand touches a greasy duvet covered in cigarette burns and ketchup stains. It's deep, in suffering somehow. You see a 60-year-old, fat, red-headed man passed out from large amounts of alcohol, and God knows what else. The smell of shit rises from his mouth. You don't have to take him down. He's already down.
I'm afraid it is. Look, it moves.
And look, the other foot is camouflaged by a striped sock bearing the name Maxtor. Maxtor is a gas company. He's wearing free socks from a gas company. A groan rises from the man's throat, dry like a death rattle. He's trying to say something in his sleep.
Well, judging by the color...
The lieutenant's right. The man's unwashed hair bears a familiar ginger tone. Even the hair on his chest. There's still plenty to be scared of here. Just not what you thought.
No, it really doesn't. This looks very hard to recover from. This man won't be feeding his family anytime soon. Not that he was, but at least he won't be beating his son.
A pair of half-open bug eyes is staring back at you from the dark, empty, and frozen. It's clear that the person behind them is not awake.
Can't you tell? It happens to exceptionally committed substance abusers. They fall asleep with their eyelids still open. Not a pretty sight. Look, he's trying to communicate. What is there to do? We could turn him on his side so he doesn't choke on his own vomit, but he's already on his side. We could take him to Remedy or Saint-Baptiste, but he doesn't have money for medical services. They don't do charity for people who are trying to kill themselves. Besides, he'll be dead in a few.
Years, months, weeks. The pile of blankets grunts miserably. Silence. Only heat emanates from the sleeping body. The man groans once again, but his tongue keeps failing him. It's impossible to make out the syllables. A hand emerges from the blankets, trying to gesticulate something. And then it dawns upon you, clear and surreal. Pigs, he says. He's trying to call you pigs. His hand falls back on the bed, limp and defeated. A loud snore escapes his mouth. He's asleep again.
At least he got to say his piece.
Это все. Да. Ясненько. Вот эта сучка шпионит за нами. Но я никак не могу с ней поговорить.
Fuck does Kuno care? Alright, so you got Kuno's kilo. Here is how we do it. First, you give Kuno Kuno's kilo, then Kuno gives you. That's how we split it. It's the best way, street way. Word on the street is, you sent your little friend in dressed as a hooker, distraction style. That's some sick shit.
Not a single
Kuno wants to hear all about it, but first we split the kilo, then we shoot the shit. Kuno knows what Kuno means.
Kuno means gram.
All right. Kuno knew you'd try that sneaky pig shit on him.
Tell him, Kuno!
Kuno's got brains. This shit doesn't surprise Kuno. So Kuno's gonna give you one more chance. Know this,
Major fucking choice!
Kuno won't take this shit lightly. The pieces are moving.
It's hard to see how not giving a boy a bag of amphetamine would cause some catastrophe. Hard to see, but easy to feel. Somehow, this will change things. It's not hard to see at all. You hand out drugs to kids. The lieutenant's faith in your judgment will diminish significantly. None that you can see.
Tick, 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 tick. Decision time. What's it gonna be? You gonna fuck the Kuno? Alright. You fucked the Kuno. Everybody, Kuno got fucked by his pocket pig. Just when we getting our business on, the pig throws it all away.
I told you he can't be trusted! I told you he'd steal the shit!
Relax, see? We got plenty of kilo. Kilo underground, in the tree. This ain't about that. This is about you and Kuno. You mismanaged this shit. Now everything is fucked between us. Again. How are you gonna make this up to the Kuno believes in second chances? Kuno doesn't believe in third chances.
There is genuine disappointment below the act, sire.
Yeah? How the fuck are you still alive, pig? What?
His posture changes. The swaying rooster motion stops for a second.
Fuck right. Kuno's dad was sleeping like a bum. Kuno told ya. Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit about anything. You got lucky, pig. Kuno knew this. Kuno's fucking violent fiend dad's been drinking hard lately. Kuno knew you have a way in. Now
Kuno window.
yeah, Kuno's dad is fucking nothing. Fucking coma shit, stroke shit. Kuno's dad is so fucking violent. Kuno's gonna have one too. Gonna be just like Kuno's dad. Speed shit, crime shit, fucking on the bed. Kuno's gonna...
Stop saying all this sad shit, Kuno.
Fuck are you talking, sad? Kuno's got hard shit, death shit, nothing shit. Fuck right I am. Get your nun ass out of here before Kuno fucks it dead. You think 'cause you brought Kuno 1 gram of speed, you're friends now? Turn into... Kuno ain't turning into shit. Kuno is that shit.
Kuno won! Oh, you won, Kuno!
Fuck right there were. Fucking 3 years or some shit.
You can guess.
Fuck that shit. Kuno's gonna move underground. Let I am shit. Ancient shit.
Yeah, in a tomb, Kuno!
Yeah, so fucking what? Fuck are you talking to Kuno about that kiddie shit? Kuno knows it's fucking lame. That's why Kuno...
You can't fuck with Kuno!
The fuck do you know about Kuno's life? Kuno's got...
Yeah, we got plans!
That didn't change shit, pig. That only made things worse. Fucking social worker shit. It doesn't work, pig.
It doesn't work, Kuno. Only our shit works.
She must repeat it. Use every chance to confirm that version of reality.
Kuno doesn't...
Понятно. Ублюдок, блять. Мелкий. Ладно, хуй с ним, я ему не дал, вот его ебать, блядь. Так, танго. Андре, логика. Восприятие, зрение, сила воли. Джойс, месье, сила воли. Грубая сила, легендарно. Болевой порог. Охраняемая дверь, где это? Блять, вот тут? Да ладно. Что она там делает? Что за охраняемая дверь, блять? Где она вообще? Ну, типа, я понимаю, что вот, наверное, вот эта дверь. Скорее всего.
East Delta Common.
Уйти. Хуета. Какая-то. Головомер, грубая сила. И там вот с ним я не могу ничего сделать. Вот что самое интересное. Вот грубая сила, блядь. Опасно. Карта на стене. Ну давайте попробуем, в конце концов. Ладно, хуй с ним. Давайте загрузимся. То есть сохранимся. Вот. Кинем сюда. Грубая сила, повышение уровня. Вот. Оденем что-нибудь, какую-нибудь хуету. Вот. Грубая сила и... Где тут еще? Пусть будет вот так. Погнали. Ну, вряд ли это поможет, кстати. Я просто уверен в этом. Ну, типа вот с этим чуваком грубой силой ебануть его там что-то не получится. Даже такого выбора нету. И, кстати, получше себя стал чувствовать. Пошел, подогрел воды в тазике, помылся, блядь. Воды-то нету уже месяц, блядь, горячий. Вот видите.
I think
That will be the
they're all
Race is reality. I am
you pick
find
interesting.
Rasi.
welcome.
Ну, видите.
I
True, the drawings are precise and look true to their pseudo-scientific.
your silence
Тупо
betrayed.
нету, блядь. Никакого варианта его сейчас отпиздить, короче. Вот. Все, это проебано. И, кстати, разработчики лоханулись. Они должны, если у тебя, короче, ты уже не можешь выбрать в диалоге с персонажем проверку какую-то, да? Вот эту, например, да? Там. Она должна отсюда убираться просто-напросто, потому что ты к ней, типа, вернуться к ней невозможно. Короче, к этой проверке. Вот. И они должны убирать эти проверки, короче. То есть ты их не должен уже видеть вот здесь вот, в этом меню, вот тут. То есть если я не могу, вот карта на стене, да, вот. Техника сложная, вот. Она здесь, карта на стене, смотрите. То есть вот она, эта карта. Я сюда подхожу. Вот. Она белым горит, якобы она мне доступна.
look old and faded.
Вот.
Your eye-
I'm still
Я
quite
могу, не
valuable,
могу.
though they might not that old thing from when some
the place does
Вот.
they didn't get that far.
this large map
Вот, видите,
ozone,
нету.
disintegrated
Нету.
in the north, radiating outwards from you. The suzerain Revachol. With a radius of 80 kilometers, the ocean breaks up connections to 850 million. The north coast to the east.
Тут то же самое.
Udon. It's so no.
Вот. То же самое. То есть зачем мне ебать мозги, то есть запудривать мне мозги, там вот эту, просто уберите, все, я не могу уже задействовать этот диалог. Уберите ее отсюда, вот эту вот карту на стене, головомера, вот это вот, охранная дверь, охраняемая дверь. Уберите ее нахер. Мусорный бак я тоже ничего не могу сделать, блядь. То есть месье я тоже там завалил, короче, тоже. То же самое, уберите эту хуйню. Вот окно кафетерия я пока еще не юзал. Андреа. Вот Андре тоже, кстати, заюзал я и не могу с ним опять выйти на эту хуйню. То есть, зачем это мне нужно? Машина для производства мороженого, грубая сила, рискованно. Спящий портовый рабочий. Вот спящий портовый рабочий, пожалуйста. Его тоже уже там нету в этом кафетерии. Уберите его. Уберите нахуй. Понимаете? Это ж вы разработчики ебучие, блядь. Почему я должен отвлекаться на эту хуету, если она уже не работает для меня? Пиздец, блядь. Вот. Чё за хуйня вообще?
The barbell waits patiently.
100%,
on the floor,
давай.
like a dog for
Ну,
its
естественно, я
master.
пососал, блядь. Естественно. Ага. Естественно.
You manage to hoist it off the ground, but the barbell feels wobbly and dangerous. Your hands slick with sweat. Turns out you're no beast, just an old man with bad form.
Ебучая штанга.
Weightlifting was never my favorite either.
Мне тоже никогда не нравилось. Тяжелая атлетика. Лейтенант явно пытается тебя
At the
подбодрить.
station gym, I mean. I prefer running. It clears your head.
Да. Ебучее говно, блядь. Погнали. Что мне там, кстати, можно было бы подкачать вместо этого? Координация, восприятие, эквилибристика, техника, самообладание, сумма, трепет, электрохимия, грубая сила, болевой порог, сила воли. Сохраняйте боевую стойкость, болевой порог. Жестче. Эмпатия. Внушение. Полицейская волна. Трепет. Да хуй его знает на самом деле. Наверное, я бы прокачал бы энциклопедию, потому что... Так, кстати, подождите, ну-ка. Потому что мне нужно одну проверку пройти. Бонус от предметов, да. Вот, мне там нужно одну проверку пройти, поэтому... Я бы ее взял. Корни, откуда-то там эта гримаса, блядь. Там типа связано с этим, блядь. Энциклопедия это тут? А, да, значит. Ну, мне она нахуй не нужна, короче, на самом деле. Одежда, блядь, вот именно такие. Шляпа, точнее, она не нужна просто-напросто. Давайте что-нибудь получше посмотрим. Риторика, скорость реакции нет. Логика, внушения нет. Это не то. Так. Да, у меня, кстати, ничего нету больше. В этом плане, да, только вот эта шляпа, блядь, и все. Из нормальных, я имею в виду. Все, больше у меня нет ничего. Абсолютно. Да, только шляпа остается. Ну ладно, хорошо, давайте-ка. Давайте-ка вот что сделаем.
This orange machine is dead still.
Так, тихо. Инструменты.
This orange machine is dead still.
3%.
It has a
Недостаточно
hand-cranked ice
надежная
cream churner
монтировка.
and an
Машина
electric
отключена, плюс
freezer.
один в
The ice around
перчатках
it
удобнее.
slowly
3%.
melted.
Да. Ну давайте попробуем.
The ice
Естественно.
squeaks beneath the pry bar. You think you've got the bar jammed in there pretty well. You see the pry bar's metal handle.
Yeah, well, that's a good pry bar. I'm not criticizing it, but this ice cream maker is frozen shut. I have no idea, officer. This ice cream maker isn't important enough to request.
Sooner or later, you will stumble upon a tool.
Да, только я не могу достать эту хуйню. Все, ладно. Давайте. Загрузить. Quick save. Загружаем пизду, блядь. Нет, не подумайте. Не то, чтобы если бы у меня там получилось вскрыть эту хуйню, или же, например, поднять штангу, да, там, или поговорить с головомером, там, типа, я бы, типа, это все сохранил, да, как бы, нет, вот, я просто прикинул шансы, блядь, на эту хуйню, и все, это, блядь, поебень полнейшая. Короче, я так понимаю, что нам еще шлем нужен будет от брони, то есть тут типа сапоги, перчатки и шлем. Единственное, могу сказать, что бредово. Ну ладно, сапоги еще ладно, я понимаю, да, можно, в принципе, их взять, там, чтобы защитить ноги, да, как бы, окей. Самое главное это вот это, кераса. Кераса это самое важное из брони, я имею в виду. Вот. Да, ну еще и шлем важен. А вот, например, перчатки, ну такое. То есть, прям, ну совсем вот такое, вот. Здесь самое главное это вот шлем и керас. Вот это две вещи. Потом уже обувь, а перчатки, ну я хуй его знает, они ж неудобные, блядь. Короче, вот. Ну и что теперь делать? Куда мне теперь это очко вставлять? Внутренняя империя, эмпатия. В эмпатию? Да я хуй. Внушение. Все, больше я ничего не могу сделать. Полицейская волна. Визуальный анализ. Поставьте две подписи для Эврара. Ну вот я бы сделал бы эту хуйню, но дело-то в том, что у меня типа, видите, я сюда не могу ничего сделать. Вот. Я мог бы отсюда что-то взять, но я не знаю, что мне это даст. Вот внушение, минус почему-то. Вот. Никаких гарантий. Неудача для всех красных проверок. Вот что я здесь получу? То есть ты когда вставляешь вот эту мысль, ты не знаешь, что ты получишь в итоге как бонус. Вот в чем прикол. -2 грубая сила, пустошь. Пиздец. Ты ее слышал, таинственная комната Даква, блядь. Этого нету тоже. -2 техника. Еще одна дверь. Сумрак. Вот что я получу, вот если я вот эту хуйню выучу? Как вы думаете? Еще одна дверь. Ой, блядь. Полный пиздец. Ну, типа, эта штука разве поможет мне открыть дверь ту? Я что-то не думаю. Еще одна дверь, блядь. 45 минут. Сумрак, концептуализация. Стойкость. Эквилибристика. Стойкость, вот, до 4. Пиздец, блять. И, кстати, чтобы забыть мысль, тебе тоже нужно... Так. Вот. Тебе тоже нужно 1 очко навыков, блять. Это просто пиздец какой-то. Ну, типа, я понимаю, для чего это сделано, чтобы ты не тасовал эти навыки. Короче, типа того, что вот у тебя, например, дает там какую-то хуйню, да? Ты раз и забыл ее, и новую поставил, которая тебе что-то там дает, да? И ты можешь их постоянно туда-сюда, короче, тасовать и под это подстраивать свое прохождение. То есть, ну, как это сказать, облегчать прохождение, да, свое. Вот. Но я не думаю, что вот эта вот хуйня, которая вот, вот эта вот еще одна дверь, она мне поможет. Она мне поможет, скажем так. Она мне поможет открыть эту дверь на побережье. Я в этом вообще не... Ну, это супер призрачный шанс, что это поможет, я не знаю. Вот. Я не думаю об этом. Не думаю.
The door is closed.
Ну вот, дверь закрыта нахуй. Вот, что мне делать здесь? Теперь он сюда зайдет, да? Почему-то дверь закрыта.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. It's barely covered in steam anymore. You see your face, such as it is.
Энциклопедия. Вот. Именно про эту хуйню я и хотел. Проверка вот эта вот должна была быть. Вот. Почему у меня Джойс Мессия, блядь? Сила воли. Джойс Мессия, сила воли. Вот опять. Вот смотрите. И тут вот сила воли. И тут сила воли. То есть она как бы одна доступна, другая недоступна. Это как? Ассель. Андре, скорость реакции, легендарно. Карта на стене, мусорный бак, Андре. Я всю эту хуйню проверял. Повешенный. Восприятие, легендарно. Провалил я эту хуйню, его уже нету, блядь. Спящий торговый рабочий. Меняемая дверь. Все это я провалил. То есть, в принципе, сейчас нет смысла подстраивать какую-то хуйню под эту тему, да, то есть как хочешь, так и качай, мне кажется. Вот. То есть можно было бы эмпатию вкачать, я не знаю, там авторитет. Нет, лучше авторитет прокачать, да. Авторитет лучше прокачать. Бонус от предметов. Есть там у меня что-то под авторитет, кстати. Нету. То есть только качать. Ну, мне теперь нужно, чтобы эта хуйня прошла. 40-45 минут нужно. Сколько? Вот 0,45. Вот. Вряд ли это поможет. Я хуй его знает, что тут еще делать можно, честное слово.
Hey, was there something you... Another thing.
Так.
Great. I
Такое,
love
что класс,
those.
обожаю такое. Карта, я видел вывеску, там говорилось, что мне нельзя на кухню. Почему мне нельзя на кухню?
What are you, a cook now?
А вы что, теперь
That's
еще и
none of
повар?
your
Это не ваше
business.
дело. Так, на кухне могут быть улики, имеющие отношение к делу. Вот, наконец-то, да? Так. Но мне хочется кушать. У меня есть ордер на обыск, а может, я вполне повар. На кухне могут быть улики.
He wasn't pan-fried, he was lynched. What could the kitchen possibly have to do with...
Так.
Fine, okay. The kitchen is closed
До
until 1
13
p.m.
ночи,
because the
потому что
cook is
повар
working.
готовит.
You can snoop around after that, if you must.
После этого, если вам так нужно, можете там пошарить.
Yes?
Ну, отлично.
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time? What you want is of no significance. I suggest
Even you caught her off guard.
no. Talk to like I already told.
Ну, понятно, понятно. Так, вот,
You
дверь.
see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's
Есть какие-то тут? Да не, ничего нет.
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod, acknowledging. He looks up at you, then looks away. Quick shrugging is an international sign for no, I don't.
Блять, наверное, я эту хуйню никак не открою, блять. Как мне её открыть,
You
блять?
see a heavy, old cobalt paint, rough on the fingers. It leads to a side building, adjacent to this one. The old building next to this, half. The door does not budge.
Блять, да как мне её открыть? Я знаю, как мне скипнуть, у меня же тут книжка есть. Предметы. Так. Вряд ли это поможет. Эмпатия, внутренняя империя. Бутылка с амфетаминами, лол. Сколько они стоят? Да. Давайте почитаем опять
A
эту хуйню.
cockatoo is a parrot with an. This book talks about the delicate. Where to even begin? All cockatoos are known for their needy natures. Pet owners also report moodiness, loudness, and it is not recommended to get a cockatoo if you're not able to cook. This is a yellow-tailed black cockatoo. Its specific name, Psittacus venereus. Perhaps in the words, it must be glorious to behold. Dark pink. Perhaps in the words of poet explorer Sir James Fournier, it must be glorious.
Отлично. Что оно дает?
One more door.
Так. Отлично, отлично. Еще одна дверь.
There is no way to open the supply depot.
Все белые проверки разблокированы.
You cannot open all the doors. You have to integrate this into your character.
Ты не можешь открыть
Some
все
doors
двери.
will forever remain closed,
Ты не можешь
even
открыть все
if
двери.
every single other door will open at one time or another. Maybe to a key, or maybe to some sort of tool meant for opening doors. But this one will never accede to such commands. A realization crucial to personal growth.
И тебе необходимо принять это, чтобы вырасти над собой. Необходимо. Психика, все белые проверки разблокированы. Сумрак -1, без страха. Принять. Сумрак. Ох, щет. Ну ладно, хотя бы хорошо. 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 Поставить, короче, штанга, грубая сила, прачка, внушение, легендарное, Левена, рыбачка, внушение, рискованно. Ну пойдемте, блядь, я хуй его знаю. Эта дверь тебе никогда не откроется, ёпта. Я просто не знаю, как еще, блядь, вот мне сделать так, чтобы проверки разблокировались. У меня же там лимит на них. Вот видите, у меня на внушение лимит. Я бы мог вот это очко навыка, которое я потратил на еще одну дверь, на мысль, да, вот эту. Я бы мог просто сделать так, чтобы, ну, типа у меня было бы, допустим, 3 здесь, да? Я бы ее потратил сюда и пошел бы с этими чуваками разговаривать, ну, точнее, с бабкой с этой. Вот, а получается так, что я не могу это сделать. Потому что у меня лимит 2 всего лишь, не 3. То есть некуда, нет свободного места, чтобы очко туда вставить. Свободное. Вот. Ну типа ладно, давай. Давай, бабка, блядь. Внушение, легендар 42. Внушение нужно, внушение. У меня что-то есть по внушению? Я забыл. Одежда, блядь. Да только вот эта вот хуйня, кстати, есть, и все, больше нет ничего. 58, ну поехали. Блять, я опять обосрался. Ёбаный ты урод, бля. Медленно, когда волна за волной. Ты преодолеешь ее сопротивление медленно, когда волна за волной, просто прояви настойчивость. Подпишите, Телеграм перейдет это место вверх дном, мы обязательно что-нибудь найдем. Возможно, небольшая материальная компенсация поможет изменить ваше мнение. Полицейские подкупают гражданских, разве обычно не наоборот? Она не ждет твоего ответа. Эта сделка не состоится. А теперь, если позволите, у меня целый таз теперь стирки-то моя работа. Да идите нахуй! То есть игра меня вообще в тупик поставила, понимаете, в чем прикол? Я не знаю, как это обойти теперь. То есть, пиздец, я проверку, две проверки, 2 раза я пытался ее уговорить, и 2 раза я потерпел неудачу, короче. То есть, я не знаю, как мне теперь выкручиваться из этой ситуации. Понимаете, в чем прикол? Нам стоит сосредоточиться на поиске улик. 15 минут еще наглядывается по странам, вести переговоры по сделкам, не входит в наши обязанности. Вот. Все, видите. Знаешь, если есть другой способ, мне нужно найти укромное уединенное место, как твоя хижина, например. Укромное уединенное место, как твоя хижина, например. Ну, типа подсказка вот на эту хуйню. А что я тут должен сделать? Я не понял. подтасовать подпись получается, да? Сейчас, подождите, дайте. Quick save backup. Я, кажется, понял, что мне нужно сделать. Не буду я тратить сюда очко. Вот это вот дверь закрылась, там что-то там проверки разблокировались. К сумраку там что-то, блядь. Там еще какое-то третье, десятое, ёпту, там какая-то дичь. Блядь. Давайте ставим в авторитет, блядь. Вот, авторитет. Все, авторитет мне нравится. Тихое уединенное место. Я так понимаю, что нужно это такой был жирный намек, чтобы просто подтасовать, короче. Ну, подпись. Ну давайте так и сделаем, потому что у меня просто реально нет. Просто реально нет никаких других способов, короче, это сделать. Все, я проверки завалил, блядь. И пиздец. Хорошо. Хорошо, бабка, хорошо. Не скажешь. Раз оно так пошло, не хочешь. Но у меня просто выхода нет другого, кроме как сделать так. Игра вперед не движется. Я даже какие-то сложные побочные миссии уже сделал. Пару-тройку штук. А я не могу найти способ продвинуться дальше по сюжету, по основной линии, короче. Вот, белый конверт взаимодействует. Вот.
A 12 to 40 month construction period and the zoning plan in the addendum. Underneath all this, Lillian's signature and an empty line waiting for a signee. The youth center cuts into the ocean like the bow of some great modern ship. Apparently, it's going to cover most, if not all, of the street and the square between the edge. It's going to be awfully close to the already existing buildings, almost wall to wall. Practically integrate. This is either an ominous or cool architectural. My money is on cool. Looks like a cubic pyrite.
Вот. Крутой куб из спирита, что, блядь? Центр расположен очень близко к домам, зловещие очертания, логика. Пытаться найти лазейку сделки.
There is no loophole. The simple truth is the current residents are going to lose their street access, and for the next 12 to 40 months, their lives will be dominated by constant construction noise right next door. Once the construction starts, it will probably take a few months, a year maybe, for even the most stubborn occupants to get tired of living like this. After that, they'll sell their property for cheap and move out. Well, you could trick Everard. Get someone random to sign the document. By the time the union boss finds out, your business here will be already concluded.
Вот, я так и понял. Я так и понял. Вот сейчас мы так и сделаем. Случайные люди, и я сейчас к алкашам подойду, они что хочешь подпишут, ёпт. Вот. Что хочет, подпишет, блядь. Поехали. Так, они уже тут веселятся.
Tequila sunset.
No one does it better than me, eh? I was able to get it all together, and so fast. Listen. I can feel it in my guts. A bright future awaits you. The one and only Tequila Sunset. You're already building great brand equity. No doubt the profits will come rolling in shortly. Of course not. Your trademark will be all over it as soon as the workers can get to it. The strike's holding them up. Not much I can do about it. I guarantee the papers will pick it up once it's all finished.
Кажется, что он пиздит, да? То есть, ну все об этом говорит. Пропитый алкоголик вонючий, да, там какой-то. Все его истории выглядят каким-то пиздежом. Ну вообще, ну просто вот, ну доверие ноль к чуваку, да? А потом окажется, что он действительно, блядь, тебе построит охуительную там статую, короче. Вот я прям ставку на эту делаю, на эту штуку делаю, что действительно потом эта статуя будет охуенно выглядеть, короче. Потому что за полчаса он там, или сколько там, час, он построил там какие-то вот эти леса, это реально пиздец круто на самом деле.
Your new personal brand strategist still hasn't laid off the drink.
It isn't that easy, but I'm working on it. I really am.
Sire, he's telling the truth.
What would you like them to say? Very nice. You could be your own PR agent, Tequila. Don't spend a single brain cell worrying about it. Just leave it all to me. The final outcome will be anything else.
What's it about? I'll let my hand address the situation. Maybe you've heard. I used to be a very successful businessman. I've signed more than a few lease forms or whatever the fuck they were. Anyone's got a pen? The pro's gonna do it.
All right.
Don't know if I've mentioned it, but I used to be a businessman. And as a businessman, I am going to keep...
No, that was my favorite thing of all the things you have. This had better be worth losing the pen for.
Glad to have been of assistance. After all this time, I feel like I've made a difference.
The incapacitated drunk lay there snoring like an ancient, rusting tractor.
Thank you for your help. Should we go and mail this? I think I saw a mailbox on the platter.
Okay, what's on your mind?
Уйдем нахер отсюда. Сваливаем. С бабкой не получилось, не проканала. Ну и хуй с ней. Все, бабулька, давай, все, иди ты нахер. Так. Ну это, кстати, тот вариант, который меня действительно устраивает. Я не хотел помогать этому жирному ублюдку, тем более он тебя наебывает постоянно, а я хочу его наебать, короче, в его игре. Поэтому этот вариант меня полностью устраивает. Левая подпись, одна верная, а одна неверная, короче. Это вполне себе заебись, то есть... Вот. Мне прям нравится. И наконец-то я думаю, что дело с мертвой точки сдвинется. Ну-ка.
You take the legal document.
Хорошо. Давай-ка.
The dented yellow mailbox greets you with its graffito and bullet holes in the front.
Yes, for sending mail.
You drop the white envelope in the darkness. It lands with a soft thud on what sounds like a couple of letters. About a week's worth of mail as collected in there. That probably did the right thing. You can't trust that slug, Everard. You know he's going to...
All right, let's go back to Everard. If we don't mention anything to him, he won't know before it's too late.
Отлично, да. Я тоже так думаю. Все, сваливаем. Просто фишка в том, что здесь, если человек будет действительно, ну, как бы он захочет Эврару помогать, да, вот, допустим, игрок какой-то, не я, любой другой, и у него не получится, он получится, что, смотрите, он не может ни сюда вставить новую, потому что у него лимит закончился, у него не будет попыток новых. Либо он выучит, как и я, вот этот вот навык, где он там, не навык, а мысль, где там еще одна дверь называется, вот. И он получит, типа, сброс по всех белых проверок, то есть он может еще раз их пройти. И опять придет, и опять зафейлится на этом моменте. То есть если он будет честно играть, как я, то есть не перезагружать игру, да, а одна попытка, значит, это попытка без перезагрузок вот этих вот, тогда он обломится, то есть он придет в тупик такой же, как и я, получается. Но его это не устроит. Фейковая подпись его не устроит, как бы, получается, понимаете, если он захочет действительно помочь. А я, наоборот, хотел его объебать, короче, и то, что получилось, это прям сыграло мне на руку, короче, вот. Все, теперь идем вперед. Я охренею, на самом деле, если он и эту тему просечет, он скажет, у тебя там фейковая подпись, короче, другого человека. Сейчас. Я вообще тогда просто обосрусь, блядь. Типа, как вообще?
Mr. Dubois, every worker, member of the board. How can I help? Ah, yes, I was informed. It seems to be a big undertaking. What are you hoping to achieve with it exactly? A vanity project? Or is this your way of inciting rebellion? Tut tut. I thought you...
We are. And we will do our best to ensure that's what happens here.
Indeed. I'm glad to see you making headway with your endeavors, Mr. Dubois. I look forward to seeing the end result. Is there anything else on your mind? The Golden Boy returns once more. Wonderful. Simply wonderful, Harry. Of course, my friend, the mailman, confirms the letter is on its way. You've done a great thing today. You've given the children of Martinez a real future, Harry, and proven yourself a real kingsman who's not afraid to make the tough decisions. I know I can trust you now.
Принять. Мой друг почтальон подтвердил, что письмо отправлено.
You're in my inner circle. You too, Mr. Kitsuragi. We can talk about anything. The strike, the murder, your lost gun, nothing.
Judging from how happy he is, it looks like you did it. He doesn't appear to suspect trickery. Well done, sire. By guile and deceit, you're in.
По поводу подписей, которые я получил, я знаю, что вы планируете выжить людей с шумом стройки.
Harry, by now you should know I would never do anything tricky like that. However, if the construction noise and limited street access makes some people consider moving, well, let's just say there'll be freshly renovated buildings near the roundabout where those poor people can finally enjoy a significant uptick in quality of life. I'm talking real affordable workers' palaces.
He proudly spreads his hands to demonstrate the size of the palaces. They're very large.
So the village is doomed.
You were there, you saw the place, a wasteland, there's nothing left. But mark my words, officers, We are going to reset it. Reset. I have big plans for Martinez, and they do not include humans living in those pig sheds on the coast. That land will be used for municipal buildings and commerce. Harry, imagine a youth centre supermarket church complex, employing hundreds, no, thousands of people. The coast will be lit up with enterprise and life. All those ruins out there turned into low-income. Harry, enough is enough. We're taking this district back. The war was 50 years ago, for God's sake. It's time to move on. Yes, I do. I got the centre, I got room for a retail complex, and in 4 years, I'll get the church too. The wheels are already turning, Harry. The wheels of progress. This post-war
But will there be giant statues of the Clear brothers towering above it all? Joyce knew he was up to something.
I'm not a symbolist, Harry. I'm a realist. My statue will be Martinez rebuilt. 5-story building complexes, workers on welfare, and landowners in a zone hating me.
You would look nice as a statue.
Damn right I am, Harry. I'm gonna make the working man as rich as she is one day. That's my job. Just like yours is to keep the peace.
A true flash of anger in him as he thinks of her.
Harry, I've got to be honest with you. Your gun was found 2 days ago. Withholding this information weighed heavily on me, but it had to be done. Your gun is with an old woman. I hear she's a character, so watch out.
This must be the woman who bought the gun from Roy, the one he described as terrifying.
Yes, the same one. I see you've done your research. The pawn shop made the gun easy to track. Crazy stuff, Harry. Selling your gun like that? Wild. Anyway.
Union Boy's gonna help you fix it. He winks at you. Don't worry, Harry.
The neighbors of this old woman contacted my men because they trust me and the Debardeurs Union. Apparently, she was waving it around at the entrance to her building.
Waving the gun around doesn't sound good. None of this does.
Unfortunately, I don't know anymore. You're gonna have to go in blind, Harry. But she's an old lady. How dangerous can she possibly be? Oh, and she calls herself the Pigs.
There it is again. The pigs. Like Roy said, not good at all.
I, for one, find it refreshing. Finally, someone calls themselves a pig.
As I said, she's a character. I didn't have time for details. It sounds like she's unstable, but don't worry. No one got hurt.
We might be looking at someone with a medical history here. Watch out.
I already have. Tonight, starting 10 o'clock, near the old fish market on the coast, the one on the boardwalk, a little past the fishing village. Be careful, Harry. I would never set you up for anything dangerous, but you did ask for this. Now, back to the fun stuff.
She will be there from 2200 hours till...
More fun stuff. Seems like we already have fun stuff to do.
I did not, Harry. Although I am very, very glad he's dead. Why, a war, of course.
And what do you have to gain from a war?
Victory, Mr. Kitsuragi. I have victory to gain. We are going to start a war with the Wild Pines group and win before they even realize there is a war. Harry, we outnumber them 1,500 to 1, and that's just Martinez. With all the unions in Revachol, and with public opinion on our side, we can hold off 2 men, or 15 men, or the more they send, the worse it's going to look for them. They made a huge mistake hiring those guys. No one likes foreign mercenaries. The leftists hate them, the fascists hate them, even the moralists think they're in bad taste. Harry, there is no strike, only war. Class war. Or, in business terms, a dawn raid. Or wait. Is that when you still pay them something? Because we won't do that. We're not going to give nothing. We're going to take Terminal B away from them. The roads, the gates, the containers, that big crane, even the damn coffee maker.
The word fuck rings like a gunshot from his mouth. He doesn't swear often.
So that's why you haven't let Joyce in?
Yes. It's also why I let that midget Gaumont go. He's too nice. I can't put him through this. Plus, he knows how to get in here. That woman can't tell her tits from her arsehole. She has... Because we're friends, Harry. Besides, it doesn't matter now. You can go tell her if you want. It won't change the course of events. It's already happening. $2,372. Plus yours truly, of course.
2,373 is a sizable... and they're all well motivated. At least the ones you've seen.
Oh, you mean what sort of goods are going to be flowing through? How am I going to replace all the contacts we'll lose once the poo-poo hits the fan? The
Clients would take a well-known multinational conglomerate over a local mobster any day.
Sure, some will go, but mark my words. The company will be unpleasantly surprised to see how many of them stay loyal to Martinez and to the new competitive contracts we can offer. With renewed zeal sparked by communal ownership, the men will be shipping those containers double time. You'll be surprised to see how fast things go without parasites latching on. We'll have our hands free to pursue bold, exotic new revenue streams.
That's drugs.
Drug trafficking.
Drug trafficking? Don't be stupid, Mr. Kitsuragi. There are perfectly legal, 100% ethical chemical factories on the Samaran Isola. You don't need to be colonialist about it. All they do is produce components to keep the pharmaceutical industry running. That's people's health we're talking about. Old grannies, little babes, people with disabilities. The company thinks transporting these chemicals in bulk looks bad, has bad optics, may be illegal in some countries. The Debarders Union, however, we're all about the large volume.
In bulk shipping, large volume column is a major buyer.
We're gonna transport the living daylights out of those materials, Harry. So your sick kid can get his Benefed and your wacky uncle doesn't have to come off Risperidone.
Benefed is a children's cold medicine, usually apricot flavored, and risperidone is used to...
And the kids on the street can get speed and pyrrolidone.
I'm an old-fashioned guy, Mr. Kitsuragi. I sometimes grab a beer with the boys, but I have no idea about the things you... But if I were to supply ingredients for some sort of rainbow party, I would make sure the Union took a fantastic share. And I'd keep that stuff far away.
He's basically admitting to it.
Yes, of course. And while you're doing that, please go ahead and also tell the Wild Pines.
Nothing in his features betrays any concern.
Anyway, let's not focus on the sensationalism of the drug trade. This hypothetical drug trade is all anyone ever seems to be interested in. It would only be a small part of the harbour's turnover, just like the harbour is, but a small part of Martinez. Let's look at the big picture. Martinez as a whole. There are little girls out there with dreams of making music. Young mothers who want to start businesses. Models who... I'm gonna unite them all into one economic body. We're gonna incorporate this place to Kingdom Come. Everyone's gonna be in on the wealth. And everyone's gonna pull their weight. Harry, the future I have in store for Martinez will have all the macho aesthetics you love so much. The crowns, the guns. I will even slip in a skull and bones for you.
Oh yeah, skull and bones. Skull and bones on the Revacholian flag. The Revacholian Death Squad. Oh yeah, the visual image has completely bedazzled you. You're 100% with Everard now.
We're way past specific Union members now. This is the big time. We're talking... You can bother Leonard with that. He loves to run his mouth on such matters. But I'm in big time mode, Harry.
There's something different about him now. He's more vibrant, more alive in his big time mode.
Great, Harry, great. I think we have truly built a bridge between Martinez and Jamrock today. We have united the RCM and the Debarders Union. This has been so great. I'm sorry we don't have more fun things to do together, but if you ever feel like bouncing something off me, my door is always open. I'm always happy to educate and entertain you, my friend. So, what's on your mind? Very nice, Harry. Is there...
Да, вот это интересно было, блядь. Хрен его знает, это, типа, все это выглядит подозрительно, и тип подозрительный, речь его подозрительная, все подозрительно. А потом окажется, что он действительно, ну, сделает добрые вещи. Это будет вообще прям бомба, короче. Одним словом. Хотя немножко предсказуемо все-таки, чуть-чуть слегка.
Oh, hey, mister. I'm not gonna bother you with a long greeting, just like we talked about before. Mr. Everett doesn't really want me to talk to people about union guys. But who did you want to talk about? Mr. Edgar is Mr. Everett's brother. He looks a bit younger, he does, but a very smart fellow. Very smart fellow indeed. He's away on some union business. Not even in Revershaw, they say. All kinds of places he visits. Him and his brother both do when they're on a vacation. Right now, it's Mr. Everett's turn to look after the union. But last year he spent a whole winter in South Africa. Left with the first autumn rains and didn't come back before the trees were green again.
South Safari. A lot of bulk chemical manufacturing going on there. A lot of cargo shipments being made too. The trade must have been lucrative for the trip to be so long.
He's a union man through and through. Good guy. He's very calm, laid back, doesn't do much, talks to Everett sometimes. Honestly, I don't know what he does for us, but it must be important because everybody likes him. Yes, they do. I think that's what he does. He makes everyone feel a little better.
Oil for the wheels. Much needed in stressful times like these.
Whoa, he's really something. He doesn't talk much to me usually, but when he does, I don't really understand most of what he's saying. Actually, I don't think he would like me running my mouth about him like that. Once he said he's a dragon to this mob fellow who came picking a fight with some union men. I think he really believes Jean-Luc was a dragon because he ran right off. Another time he almost killed another guy, but I shouldn't talk about that. Who do you mean, mister? I don't know anyone like this, mister. Maybe he's one of Mr. Everett's fancy friends. He knows all kinds of fancy people with suits and purdy carriages. Oh, Titus is a longshoreman through and through. He was born on a boat, they say. His veins are probably filled with salt water, I tell you. Nice, friendly sort, old Titus.
He's probably one of those rare specimens who are born when two drunk seamen stumble on top of each other on the deck amidst a storm so violent it flings whales around.
I'd best not. I mean, I could, but I don't think Mr. Everett would like it very much. You better ask him yourself, mister. The night guard, he was a peculiar fellow. Headstrong and proud. We didn't really talk all that much. He died recently. Something with his ticker. Sure, mister. What can Leo do for you?
Окей. Что там у нас? С мусоркой заберите свой пистолет, разбогатеть. Через какое-то время. Оружие убийства, Лори Дейзи, фигурки. Элементы брони, татуировки жертвы. Вот это я не могу до сих пор узнать. Если на следующий день, чтобы получить информацию владельца брони. Типа я проебал этот момент, и больше я не могу спросить у нее или что. Что за бред, блядь? Что делать-то надо теперь? Кто звонил? Ну я хуй, надо вечера теперь ждать. Просто пиздец какой-то. Пойдемте с бабой поговорим.
Hola, wandering man.
Right, two.
Hello, compat.
По какой-то причине я уже много-много времени
You see a set of steering
не
levers, a
могу.
radio microphone.
Precinct 57, how
Вот.
may I assist you?
И узнала владельца бронированных
Still no
ботинок.
word, I'm afraid.
Увы,
There.
вот, все,
I know it must be
пиздец.
frustrating. Was there anything else you wanted? It will take the...
Her voice is fa-
Gottlieb, what you get yourself into this time? I didn't, but now I do. How's the drinking going? Ah, great to hear it. Stop by sometime when you're done with your case. I'll draw some blood, run it through, let you know how much forever your liver's going to give you. Mm-hmm.
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
in the cabin.
Пиздец. То есть, я не знаю, то ли баг это. Почему я не могу узнать имя чувака, который носил эту броню? С чем это связано? Ёб твою мать, блядь. Жопа горится там.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? I fear I've told you all I know. It's an Oranese map of the... Is there anything else I can help you with? Oh? Of course, Detective. You can all... What would you like to know? Good. What we...
There was a touch of discomfort. She nods.
Of course. Of course.
Don't tell her you've met Everard right away. There's time.
Of course. Anything to help. I am sorry it has been the bearer of bad news. More lessons in basic reality. Glad to have been of assistance.
Короче, все. Я не знаю, что еще делать. Капздец. Только скипать время и все. Вот это все ждет, 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 блять. С мусоркой. Разбогатейте. Оружие убийства. Найдите рабочее оружие, которое стоит пулями 4,46. Да и фигурки. Я не знаю, где эти фигурки достать. Вложите до роз, да и фигурки. Ох.
full of locusts, but they seem weak and unhealthy. Poor things.
Так. Ну, теперь нам нужно вечера ждать. Сначала, чтобы спеть. Типа караоке. Вот. Потом забежать, поговорить, взять этот пистолет, забрать у этой бабки какой-то там, мусорки, бомжихи какой-то, да, получается. Вот. И что еще нужно сделать?
You see, once a slogan used.
Looks like tomorrow never came. Looks like tomorrow never came.
Но это нужно время. На эту хуйню нужно время. Чем еще
The
заниматься?
trap
Я
is
не
fit
знаю.
poor things.
Бедный сранчата. Ну давай.
A row of ghostly shades facing a crumbling wall. With another 7 shades stand. A host of they stand. 7 men in the commandant.
I don't know. Perhaps the.
Remember what Trent Heidelstein said about Veld.
Another likely scenario.
Or maybe.
Yeah. It's very. To be honest.
Ну и
if a
все,
coalition-
Cold sea wind.
Что мне делать здесь, блядь? То есть она, видите, с желтым подсвечена. Что мне делать здесь, блядь? Это какой-то пиздец. А как вообще можно быстро перемещаться? Каким образом вообще? Лильен рыбачик. Ну давайте попробуем с Лильен поговорить. А, там Ким со мной, ёптать. То есть это будем вечером все делать. Ким со мной, поэтому да. Да, блять. Так, и что там еще?
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast.
О, боже мой, блядь. Просто кромешный пиздец. Я даже на лавке теперь не могу посидеть, чтобы скипнуть время. Так, разбогатеть. Да. Так. Да, блядь. Ну ладно, чё. Сейчас он, этот пидорас нам скажет. О, типа...
We can sit on benches.
Да иди ты нахуй, блядь. Мне делать нечего, блядь. Просто. Сигареты покурить, потайные коридоры. Кто звонил участок, спойте под караоке. Татуировки жертвы. Пиздец. Что там у меня? Пусть время идет, блять. пиздец, короче.
An intricate web of... It still kind of looks like... The speakers below are banged up and worthless. The sneakers triumph over them. They're the star of the show here.
Скорость реакции, координация. Давайте посмотрим. У меня есть что-нибудь такое? Скорость реакции, координация. Ничего не дает. Так. Так. Реакции. Координация. Да, давайте лучше кроссовки купим.
The speakers...
Super cool! Now
The sneakers seem to vibrate in your hand.
the junk is yours, officer.
Да. Пойдем. Возможно, когда-нибудь пригодится это все. Я не знаю, правда, пригодится ли вообще на самом деле, но...
Hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything. Sure, let me have a look. Oh, no. I don't like those photos.
You have absolutely no idea.
Anything else you're thinking of selling? Another time, perhaps.
The unpromising racists are generally
welcomed. He must think.
I am.
The drawings are precise and look true to their pseudo-scientific ambitions. One thing, however, it is not entirely...
Your silence betrays your inferiority. Racist.
Welcome. He must...
I am not like them.
The drawings are precise and look true to their
Correct. Racists are generally not very good examples of
Просто
their
какой-то
race.
пиздец.
Welcome to... You must think...
I am...
The drawings are precise.
Your silence...
Короче, ладно.
Right to work! Right to work! Shame on you!
О. Ладно, погнали допрашивать этих чуваков. Попробуем допросить. Я про них, естественно, не забыл, как я не забыл про вот это вот окно. Ну, на тап нажимаешь, у тебя подсвечиваются интерактивные объекты. Вот видите? Я про эту хуйню, естественно, я помню. Все.
This is where you say your bit.
Давай.
He's used to giving orders and having them obey.
Detective.
Wow. The Ria, must be some.
Это все я читал уже.
You might want to start asking.
These guys do a head count first. Connect these men to the tracks you saw in the yard. Chances are they're going to match. Starting from sitting across, he spent, and then the emblem on his vest says Rowing Club. A little patch below in the far corner. Standard work on his neck. Forget it. It's not important. Let's call size 41. In the middle. He, in conclusion, these 7 are the actors on the crimes exactly. The missing lady driver who was running the drug trade. Does it mean the Hardy Boys are involved in the drug trade as well? Maybe. But hey, you've stood there for about 4 seconds, not saying anything. Now is a good time to hit them with questions. Where's the 8th Hardy?
The fuck is with you, fella? Like hell you have. There is no local drug trade. This place is as clean as a rifle. Go back to Jamrock.
We'll do that. In the meantime, did you know that there's an abandoned lorry at the intersection that was used to move raw ingredients for drugs from term? The person driving it was present at the hanging. It was one of you. We've connected the footprints. Detective, do you want to deliver the coup de grâce?
The thought forms in your head, like a lightning strike branching in the sky. No, the thunder is his. Leave it to the lieutenant.
That's a mighty interesting theory. I guess that's what you would need to do, theoretically. A big, strong, state-run monopoly would outcompete the runts on the street.
Yeah, man. Theoretically, that's what you would do. To get rid of the gang.
You would need good, trustworthy people to take their place, of course. Hardy men to run such a monopoly.
Yes, but that just sends everyone else to Jamrock, doesn't it?
Boo fucking who. People will always be.
Yeah, that's what the labor movement is all about. Clean and organized. And the Hardy Boys are running it.
Theoretically, of course. We're just talking politics here.
Not quite yet, Mr. Hardy. There were 8 sets of prints on the crime scene. There are only 7 Hardy Boys here.
My answer is fuck off. Mind your own business. There is no eight.
Finally, you got something out of him. This could prove useful.
And here we go. Back to the usual.
I know! Fatty walked on all fours. He's so fucking fat he left 2 sets of footprints.
Despite everything, the little man is quick on his feet.
Go fuck your mom, Dennis.
That's more like it, boys. You heard him. It was Angus on all fours. Anything else you need to know?
Yeah. By friends, you mean his...
Wouldn't want to beat up his grandma.
Nervous, snickering. There's a rush of adrenaline present.
This is what happens if you take the law into your own hands. Other people start doing it too.
Let them come. The Hardy Boys are right fucking here.
You heard the man. Right here. We're armed. We got the whole...
Yeah. A well-oiled murder machine.
We got weapons of our own. We got Ister 50s, Zeelagers. Glenn's got a knock cannon at home. I guess we're gonna see.
That was an unsure phrasing.
Yeah, like you've been up against ceramic armor. You haven't even seen the whole suit, right? I've seen the whole fucking thing, and it didn't make him immortal. Big fucking surprise. They hire psycho scum, arm them to the teeth, and let them loose in the city. What do you think is gonna happen? So are the local gangs, the fucking Barmy Army, and the Madre scum.
Yeah. Where are they now, huh? Sent back to Madre in an airtight cargo crate.
These people are trained military professionals with decades of combat experience. They are not a gang or a bar.
No, they're not. They're uncoordinated and drunk. We know more about them than you think. The fuck is that supposed to mean?
We're not bees. We're men. We're so...
Easy, E. He's trying to phase you. What are you trying to do? Scare my men? What do you mean, okay? No, they won't. Get out of here with your negative energy.
He really doesn't like you ruffling their feathers like that on what might be the eve of battle.
All he means is that the situation is serious.
No wonder you cops get shot to shit every day. Can't go to war with an attitude like that. What are you talking about, madman? There's no 8th Hardy Boy. There's 7 of us and we're all here. Or what? You want to be the 8th Hardy Boy?
Actually, boss, we've been talking and we think she could maybe...
This person Glenn wants to hire, he really respects her. She? So there's an 8th Hardy, and it's a Hardy girl? Who?
Shut the fuck up, Glenn!
It has to be good, if he won't let you pursue it. Looks like the lieutenant thinks so too.
So let me get this straight. There is an 8th Hardy Boy. It's a she, and you don't like us talking about...
That's right. We're not talking about this. This is a private Hardy Boys matter. Nothing to do with your shit. You're not cops here. Don't go digging around if you don't want a bullet in the back of your head.
Good. We are all watching each other. Officer, your question.
There's no point in pushing it further, he thinks. This is already a victory. We'll learn more about this 8th Hardy sooner or later.
So, you're not just here to swing your big dick. You're here for the pretty boy.
They love him, boss. Spend all day digging around in there. Can't get enough of that pretty boy smell.
Funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
Evrard? And what did he tell you? That we killed him? That we took a cargo belt from the harbor, went out back, and used it because we did. All of us together. I hope he told the story straight. I hope...
There's a catch hidden somewhere. He didn't confess so that you could take them all away. It's too simple.
There is no catch. These 7 honest men have all equally come forth to tell you what happened, so that you don't waste any more of your time.
All 7 together. They're diluting response. They're playing to their considerable strength in numbers. Don't talk about arresting them. You'll only bring attention to your inability to do so.
Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a Hardy Boy without arresting all Hardy Boys. Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them?
A trick question. Don't let her lead the conversation. Titus, keep addressing him. He wants everyone to know he's in charge.
Who do you fucking think does?
He's so sure it's him. But it's not that simple. There's someone above him, or beside him, sharing the leadership. Hard to say who. He has authority in the group, but it wasn't him calling the shots that night.
Theo's a great guy, but come on. Titus Hardy runs the Hardy Boys.
I think you got your answer.
Yes, there are some administrative differences. But on that night, they all acted as one man. Are you deaf? Do you think...
A trick question. Titus, keep addressing it.
Who do you...
He's so sure it's him. But it's not that simple. This...
You keep him the fuck out of this. We have autonomy. It's all...
You stepped on some big toes there. Tried to take out a satellite. That's not how it's going to go. They'd rather rot in jail than implicate Mr. When the shit starts spinning, it will not land on Mr. Clare. That's the deal here. The fixer will ignore the notion completely.
When Titus Hardy says he runs the Hardy Boys, he means that in an administrative capacity. Are you deaf? Do you think...
A trick. Titus, keep...
Who do...
He's so sure it's him. But it's not that simple. There's someone above him, or beside him, sharing the leadership.
It wasn't a question, dickwad. How fucking stupid are you?
This asshole is worse than... Titus runs the Hardy Boys, genius.
I think you got your answer, Miss...
Yes, there are some administrative Are you deaf? Do you think...
A trick. Titus.
Баба.
Who do you...
He's so sure it's him. But it's not that simple. There's someone above him, or beside him.
Titus, no one was thinking...
Угу. Я изначально, конечно, хотел эту хуйню нажать, но... Ну, типа, блядь, баба, типа, да? Вот. А я позабыл одну важную деталь. Это же, типа, левацкая хуйня. Там, типа, феминизм, все дела. Короче, поэтому... Да, все-таки это она.
That's it. There's some kind of power issue they don't want to admit. And the missing Hardy is involved. That there's any question who's the leader. That's how he would have ended it. Titus won't let him.
No. 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 Fuck no! The big dick is right here, asshole.
Disregard the outburst, officer. None of the boys have any comments on their power relations. That night, they acted as one. That's all.
Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out alive in my town. And he stepped out.
What kind of mercenary?
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind.
A live grenade. Right here.
I can't prove it. But I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that.
'Cause one night, he walked straight up to the mic and said, I'm RNE's goddamn special forces, and I'm gonna...
Really?
Yeah, really. Had a gin and tonic up there, sang some RNE's paratrooper song.
We couldn't believe it either, but he fucking did, right there.
Sire, the tale is true. This is a serious violation of the karaoke code.
Wrong. He harassed women, raped one.
From rape to... He regrets mentioning it.
To kill us all, if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the...
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started to come in here every night. Drinking, grabbing girls.
He grabbed someone?
Yeah. This girl's on the mic. A beautiful girl, young. Gets into the second verse of Lover Lake. The fucker grabs her legs, starts screaming. Show me your cunt. Why don't you show me your cunt? Then, he gets...
Aren't you fucking listening?
Yeah, me and Eugene got her out.
There's something... Seems like they don't want to talk about that rape Titus mentioned. Why not? This is a serious allegation. Make them talk about it.
No. You're not getting a name.
There's nothing you can do for now. He's stonewalling you.
We hanged him up by his neck. Until he...
Didn't they teach you anything at the cop school?
You're pretty sure you've had at least 2 years of cops.
The autopsy showed there were no ligature marks. His hands were not tied. Can you explain that?
The lieutenant goes in for the leg sweep. Titus does not.
We... Look. I'm not gonna play 20 questions with you.
Yeah, I knocked him out. Came up behind him and clapped him in the back of the head.
That's right, lawman. And then we hanged the fuck.
Make them a bit more uncomfortable first. Then see if it all adds up.
My fucking elbow, Copper. Samaran boxing style.
Samaran boxing, or Sambo, is an eloquently violent set of one-on-one fighting moves, originating from the Samaran Isola. Sambo style implies stealth. He may be lying, but he's good at it. No twitching, no rushing, no uncalled for details.
Right fucking here. Eugene already told you that the fuck had started coming to our...
Yeah, man, weren't you listening?
They keep speaking for Titus, so that he wouldn't get his hands muddy with too much explaining. Titus is solid as a rock, and so are a few others, but... Elaine, who looks like he might be Titus's right-hand man, the least antsy of the bunch. Definitely not his first time being questioned by the police. This little rat-faced fellow is solid, too. Always fidgety, yes, but no change there. Him neither. Mostly keeps to his tomato juice, or whatever he's got there.
No. Of course he's having trouble breathing. Just look at how fucking fat he is.
Fuck off, Shanky. Angus is a powerful guy. All muscle.
Keep your eye on this powerful guy. Sooner or later, he's going to break like a piece of twig.
And fuck you, too, Copper. Picking on Angus like this. We're done with this.
This one is a stone wall. You won't get more out of them about the night of the murder. Not yet.
Like what, Copper?
You don't have to keep answering his questions.
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to...
Known him? We don't associate.
Yeah!
Quiet. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed into town.
By the Pines cow, you mean Joyce Messier, the representative for White Pines? The same company?
No. I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us.
This is where he tries to sow discord between you two. Because he knows the company is responsible for...
Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough.
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last questions.
How many people have you sent to the Shays?
Chaise électrique is the method of capital punishment in Revachol under the coalition.
Or send them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
The River Esperance Correctional Facility A military prison run by the coalition, dubbed Reunion by the inmates. The origin of the name is unknown.
But you see, a lawman, is something people agree upon. And here in Martinez, we agreed that this man had to...
This isn't something he came up with on the spot. It's his standard reasoning, a product of many years of being Titus Hardy.
Huh?
There was a bullet in the dead man's brain. Why was it there if you hanged him?
How the fuck do I know? Anyone could have shot him. Target practice, maybe.
Interesting, sire. It's as if he's lying to protect someone. He's not very good at...
This line of questioning is over. You got the cause of death already? Hanging. If there's any post-mortem trauma, it's your problem. This will not turn into a cross-examination.
Yeah, lawman. Why don't...
It's almost an anthropological site. What weren't you warned to not go down this path? And yet you still go and...
Not in the arresting mood?
A fearful readiness, like an electrical charge, raises hairs in the... By your side, the lieutenant keeps his hand away from his holster, while the little rat-faced man reaches into his sleeve. There's a knife in there. Some of the others reach for their belts. Their eyes are light.
Wise move. You made the right choice there. Now make another one, and get the fuck out of our booth. We're not gonna do this again.
Nothing. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez, go back to your stations where you belong.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus. I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder, even if it is a group response.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us, real law officials. You're lucky you didn't get a beating.
Rent-a-cop? So that's what this is about. He doesn't see you as his equals.
Idiot.
You still on about that bullet? A bullet in a hangman?
Indeed. Mighty. How did it get there?
Well, there are so many bullets in the world. I guess its own little law.
It's bound to happen again, you know? Just statistically speaking, of course.
Sire, it would be an event most dramatic if you were to produce the bullet and dangle it before their very eyes.
Wow! He's got it in a real evidence bag and all!
Why don't you go home and log it into evidence? These men have told you what happened.
Shit! I probably did shoot him. I was drunk last night. You guys know me when I'm drunk.
Yeah, Glenn likes to shoot his guns when he's drunk. Better hope he stays.
No, he meant before he was hanged. Did you shoot him before you hanged him?
Before? After? During? This is getting ridiculous. They told you what happened. Stop wasting your time.
You know what I think? I think he was shot in the head as a kid. And his...
Around the bullet, man. That's a good one.
All the goofing around is to avoid lying. It's a technique.
Never been worried in my life, lawman.
It's not like he blew it wide open, but there's a little crack in there, somewhere.
A witness? You ain't got shit. The locals would never come to you with this.
That's just cop tactics, Titus. Next, he's gonna tell you one of us already rolled on the others, and he's in witness protection.
Well, let's hear it then. Who is your mystery fella?
He's not alarmed by the sudden appearance of a witness, but this goes without saying. But nonetheless, don't give out his name.
Зачем вот это вот говорить? Ну это что тупизм просто. Скажу так, это социальный чиновник достаточно. Неважно, кто он.
It's like you said, Al. Copper's coming up with this on the spot.
I've seen this shit a million times, Titus. Fly fishing. They are desperate. Tell us, Copper, what wacky claims did he make?
It's you assholes that feel the need to go around like a fucking brass band.
Yeah, it's like they put cowbells on you before they send you to the streets. What's with the cowbells, policeman?
They're avoiding having to answer this question.
We were drinking, weren't we, guys? I hit the bottle hard. I was drunk as fuck.
Right, I'm convinced, Glenn. Nothing off here. Just a regular hanging.
Arab guy? Boss, I think he's trying to say me and Theo.
Well, yeah. What is confusing you? Eugene, Theo, and Elaine were there too. I already told you. We were all there. That means absolutely nothing to me.
It means the whole scene was long and drawn out, like it was from a film.
What is this fella's problem? Sorry we didn't make it more action-packed. It wasn't the first thing.
Shanky, it's Shanky, right? I thought there's something wrong about the lynching story. Now I know there was.
You don't know shit.
I know you are lying, Shanky.
You didn't break this wagon fort, but you did manage to rattle the people inside a bit.
Great witness.
Okay, maybe it doesn't feel like this did anything to them, but they have to be fretting a little. Everyone is afraid of witnesses. Witness is a scary word. So much bluster to hide the fact that they're uncomfortable with you having this info.
Oh, so you went and talked to my mommy, and now she's making me play.
And what's gonna happen if we don't? You're gonna go and tell on us?
fuck do you think I'm doing here? You'd have your ass handed to you if it wasn't for the boss man's word. Let me state this very clearly, Capo. Hello, officer.
Explosive laughter follows. To his men, Titus Hardy is a golden god. They want to laugh at, but having Everard back you up like that did seem to have some effect.
Oh, yes. Поехали.
As you look around this room full of sweaty men, swearing, drinking, spitting out tobacco, does this look familiar? You believe the place was called Precinct 41. It was also filled with, almost exclusively, men, sitting on desks, talking shit and wasting time.
Huh? You got a problem with beer now?
Not quite there yet. Push on.
You saying we don't help people? I've been doing this job for 10 years. Martinez was a dump before we put this outfit together.
They don't know, man. They weren't here. We had 3 shootings a week, kids dead, fucking graffito everywhere. You cops haven't shown up since the 30s.
Congratulations on the graffiti removal. All I see is you sitting around talking about Monica's titties while there's a rape victim.
So what? What do you want from me? We took care of that fuck.
Don't let him drink that. One more push, quick. Just don't antagonize him. You have this already.
Titus?
She stops mid-sentence. That's it. You got him. He's going to give it up, but on his terms.
You want to talk to her, cop? Fine. I'm gonna let you talk to her. But you treat... If you don't, if you question her, harass her, a freight train of pain, buddy.
What is her name?
Glacia, I'm on you. She's staying here at the Whirling.
Ага, это та блондинка.
Silvery jumpsuit, blonde. That's I'm on you with an O-U.
Ну, она единственная здесь.
The girl.
Баба. Лол.
The girl upstairs? That can't be her. She knows you drank so hard you forgot you were a cop.
Ух ты, сказал, что не помнишь, коп ли ты. Сказал, что забыл реальность, говорил про свой номер и как плакал. Лол. Ну давай. Давай, блядь.
You inexplicably add cool after the victim's name, with your eyes bulging like some wild beast.
I don't understand what's so
Боевой
cool.
дух потерял.
Nothing. We just have a few more questions. Then we'll be on our way.
Whatever you do, do not tell him you know her. That would sound off, calm, normal. Try to forget this little hiccup.
Relationship? There was no fucking relationship. He raped her.
Was like that karaoke incident all over again. Or like some of the...
Okay, enough. All of this is irrelevant to your stated investigation.
I know her.
How well do you know her?
Шоколадного вечерочка. Здорово, здорово. Вечерочек не очень, я тебе хочу сказать, шоколадный, потому что я охереваю от жары. Сейчас, секунду. Открою хоть окно. Я уже на исходе. Ну, не то чтобы это было большой помощью мне. Потому что на улице тоже полный пиздец. Сейчас я даже посмотрю сколько. А то я уже давно не смотрел. Было 31, стало 28. Вот уже 9 часов вечера, 28 градусов на улице. Просто охренетительно.
A small twitch in the corner of Kim's mouth. He has a hunch about what knowing means.
Ну, естественно, он ее трахал.
Well enough, Copper. We party. She's been here.
He tries to make it sound real casual, but the muscles on his neck tighten.
You mean Revachol? Nah, she's an immigrant. Or a drifter of some sort. Been staying here over the winter.
Don't you give her any more trouble. She's just had some bad luck, that's all. Shut up, Angie. She doesn't need your help.
Titus gives them both a look. They fall silent.
Ну, жарко, липко, как от шоколада. Да, как будто тебе шоколад по всей жопе, как это сказать, намазали. Тит выразительно на них смотрит и ползамолкает.
What's with all the silences? It's like these guys don't know how to feel about this. You should keep picking at it.
He did it before we killed him. He's not gonna do it again. So what does it matter?
It would help if we establish a timeline.
All right. 2 weeks, maybe? I don't know. I need another beer.
Here you go, boss.
What do you think I meant? Yeah, pretty much. No, we just fucked. That's all. I'm not gonna give you any details if that's what you're after.
Lol.
He really went out of his way to seem comfortable with this topic. That's all you're gonna get. He's doing a good job here. A commendable performance of I don't give a shit.
Remember what I said. Freight train of pain.
Ладно, хорошо. Окей. Автосохранились. Поехали дальше.
Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling-height window.
За
The
доками.
hawthorn branches
Вот
scrape the
так.
glass like bony
Восприятие.
fingers.
Интересно, у меня восприятие есть какие-нибудь шмотки? Давайте посмотрим. Что там добавилось? Ага. Восприятие. Вот, есть. Одна есть. Уже хорошо. О, сапоги. Так. Что еще? Все, ну плюс 2 это будет неплохо. 42. Нет, ничего не дает. Давай, работай, работай. Да, есть. Как из веток привязана лента.
A tiny splash of color in the blackness of the thicket, hanging from it, a bronze key. Someone hid the key in the bush and attached a yellow ribbon. It's close enough to the latch up there. One can slide it open and just take it. Surely not a coincidence.
Со щеколды можно ее отодвинуть, забрать ключ.
And I need the fatty to get his feet amputated because the smell is killing me. We can't always get what we want.
God damn it, Dennis. You know I can't help it. Sorry, fucko. These guys won't help you. Looks like you're gonna have to go bush diving. The Hawthorne's got a bitch of a bite.
I'm gonna enjoy the sight.
With a loud thud, the old man stands up, pushes the window open, grabs the key from the Hawthorne branch and slides it across the table.
Эта игра напомнила Pillars of Eternity. Она много чего напоминает. Много чего напоминает. Все игры по типу Pillars of Eternity. Только это более своеобразное. Там хотя бы боевка есть, здесь ее нету. Здесь чисто разговорная тема. Вот. А там боев много еще.
The key is brass. Workshop spare is etched to its bow. The old man closes the window.
Come on, man. We were just having some fun.
I'm tired of listening to your shit. Don't thank me. I don't give two shits about your key.
Didn't even know it was there. Boys. No idea.
Never even seen it. Someone must have hidden it there before this room became our place.
Из похожих на эту. Ну да. Так, посмотри на ключ в руке.
It could open the door in the kitchen. The blue door. It says workshop spare.
It's worth a try.
Конечно, поехали. Я давно этот ключ искал. Наконец-то я могу это сделать. Открыть эту дверь.
You see a heavy steel door with a The key fits the dimple lock. It takes a bit of effort to turn it. After dust rises before you like mist. A tomb? No. Smells like engine grease and cut wood.
Ну, поехали. Опачки. Надпись на автомате для пинбола. Франко-нигрийский. Нарисованы лошади и мечи. Это шоколадно-франко-нигрийский. Вы понимаете, да? Так. 5 сериалов. Ничего себе. В кусту с окном угловой комнаты. Ничего себе. Пинбол, белый Диор, на задней панели прямо стебящая женщина.
All these mesmerizing machines, just waiting to be plugged back in and played. Feels like it might jump back to life any moment. The lights illuminating.
Some kind of inane pinball theme, probably related to Messina during the DeLorean age. The history themes are the worst.
Diora was one of the 3 crown cities of the DeLorean era, on the Muindi Isola, the others being the Lieutenant Grimaces looking at the machines.
You can't fire them up. They are broken. Only that one machine in the main hall worked.
What a dumb name. Royalist Pinball. If they weren't broken, he would kick one of these machines about now.
Так, что за тупое название? Роялистский пинбол.
No, I love it. I love pinball.
He doesn't.
А как насчет вот этого франко-нигерийского чемпионата? Хочешь сыграть?
No.
Нет. Ну давайте. Думать. Ким Кицураги, Ким Кицураги. Так.
Kim, Pinball,
Отлично, отлично.
Kitsuragi.
Ким Пинбол Кицураги. Ким Пинбол Кицураги. Он же Кимбол.
Exactly.
Именно
That's
так
what
его
he's
и
known
звали.
as. His reputation
Впереди.
precedes him.
А, вот оно что. Именно так его и звали, репутация бежит впереди него. Так. Йоу, Кимбол. Йоу, Кимбол.
What?
Что? Ты Ким Пинбол Кицураги.
So now he remembers. Fine, I'm Kim Pinball Kitsuragi, aka the Kimball. You remembered. Congratulations. Wonderful. He only remembers hearing about the pinball policeman. No human being should. It is a game that requires no skill and a childlike affinity to flashing lights and to fantastique, science-fiction, and historic romance franchise. It is lame. I am not called Pinball. It was used to taunt me a long time ago, before I became a homicide detective and got my lieutenancy. Fine. I was a juvenile police officer for over 15 years.
Не могу понять, очкастый
How I
тоже
studied out in
шоколадный.
the RCM.
Нет, он
Once I had to infiltrate a pinball ring,
азиат.
as you do when you're
Азиат.
a juvie cop.
Переводя на наш мир, ну то есть типа там у них свой мир, свои страны, там по-другому называется, но суть одна и та же, короче. Он типа что-то типа китайца, корейца, что-то типа того.
Unbelievably. To do that, I needed to become a pinball champion. I trained for 9 months. The job was successful and I was moved out of the juvenile wing. End of story. That time is over now. I was already a 38-year-old man. It was unbecoming, as was playing pinball. It's best if you handle the juvenile delinquents.
Буду звать тебя Кимболом. Не волнуйся, буду звать тебя Кимом. Для меня ты лейтенант Кицураги. Блин, подъебать его или что? Пинбол. Сука, не волнуйся, я буду на тебя Кимом. Для меня ты лейтенант Кицураги. Бля. Бля. Ну я, знаешь, что боюсь? Короче, что, типа, потом в решающий момент, если я его буду хуесосить, он меня просто-напросто не поддержит в конце игры. Тут же все выборы важны, типа. Нормально у него шрам на щеке. Так это не шрам. Ты имеешь в виду на подбородке, что ли? Это тоже, скорее всего, не шрам. Просто тебе плохо видно. У него вроде как нету шрамов. Но выглядел он какой-то, как, знаешь, как какой-то задрот чахлый, на самом деле. Блин, тяжелый выбор, чувак. Тяжелый выбор. Видишь, я сижу, думаю, что мне, как мне его назвать вообще. Блин. Каким болом буду звать тебя?
No.
Нет,
You're
вы
gonna
будете звать
call
меня
me
лейтенант
Lieutenant
Кицураги.
Kitsuragi.
Изредка Ким,
Or
потому что так
on rare
короче.
occasions.
Пойдемте. Сучара, ну, простой. Ни к чему не привело. Ну, это хорошо, ладно.
This small elevator is
Крошечный лифт
dimly lit by a
освещает
bulb
тусклая
that's been
древняя
glowing for
лампочка.
ages. The latticed cage is open, inviting you to step inside. Smells of nougat and sweat. Your head brushes up against the ceiling. There is a control panel to your right, and just enough room. The maintenance card under the control panel reads, Last
Ого,
maintenance,
88-го года.
July
Ни хрена
88.
себе. Это очень давно. Это было 63 года назад, последний раз лифт обслуживали. Охренеть.
There are large rectangular buttons, monter, descend, and a small steel plaque reads Halter 800. Halter is a Koningsteiner lift company who went out of business a long...
That it does. I say, let's brave it.
Лифт чинили в будущем.
At the end of the last century. Look on the bright side. If it fails, we will only sustain minor injuries. I'm talking 3, maybe 4 months.
It appears his whole enthusiasm is sarcastic.
Seems like a small freight elevator for transporting machinery. For that, it's pretty quaint.
Поехали. Там мы поговорим как раз с этой тёлкой, короче. Которую изнасиловали. Блондинка такая, накуренная. Тусовщица. Шлюха, короче, клубная. А, нет, смотри, нет. Нет. Пушки наглухо заклеенные черной лентой. В них ничего не увидишь. Вот это да, слушай. А хотя, наверное, да. Мы наверное, попадем туда, скорее всего. Так. Эмпатия, координация, плащ пинбольщика. Прикольно, слушай, а что у меня за плащ? Трепет, полицейская волна. Так. Кто-то разобрал автомат для пинбола и вытащил всю начинку.
So this is where they brought 40 pinball machines to fix them up, a long time ago. The lieutenant looks around the dusty, crowded room, inspecting the tools on the shelf.
Looks like it. I'm guessing Martinez North 22 used to be a
О, даже
pinball
тут
arcade
Шурыгин,
before it
смотрю,
became a
есть.
hostel. There are
Ну,
machines left
что-то
over.
отдаленно типа того, да, да.
A creak.
Downstairs in the hall, next to the main door. One of them even works. I've seen one of the artists bang away at it.
Remember the dice maker? Then that means...
Ah, yes, as the novelty dice maker said. This has absolutely nothing to do with the case, I'm sure. But I do like a nice little...
But then it went bankrupt. Your skin crawls from making the connection.
At some point, 20 years ago, 15 maybe, before pinball went out of vogue. If that's true, then our cafeteria manager is not going to like it. We should tell him what we found up here, omitting that suspicion.
Заебали меня тут, короче. Так, сообщим ему о том, что здесь обнаружили. Сообщим ему о том, что здесь обнаружили. Но о своей подцене умолчи.
He does not appear to be the kind of man who likes his establishment to be part of a neighborhood ghost story.
Stupid superstition. But still, it would be interesting to
именно,
see
мне
what
тоже
the
интересно.
cafeteria... It's not a ghost story. It's a curse, and God ought to be made knowledgeable so he could perform counterspells.
Так, хорошо, дальше. Следы какие-то, да?
You clearly see footprints in the downy carpet of dust covering the workshop floor.
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else here, are new. Three weeks maximum from the dust coverage. It could easily have been 1 week too. You know, officer.
This is so good it makes him forget the whole Kimball memory.
It was a stereo investigation after all.
Ага, вот оно
It
что.
has no conversion with
Наконец-то.
our main investigation,
Наконец-то.
adding a new fact to consider.
Наконец-то я это задание выполнил. Ох, так. То, что раньше было расследование, было теперь наше основное расследование. Добавив новую информацию для размышлений. Ладно, и что же это? Так.
Large prints, most likely made by Boots. The size is hard to determine. Soul could be bigger than Vamp. The souls have... One person has been here. They've gone back and forth. This print is unlike one left by a regular worker boot. It is not a brand soul with logos on it. It seems custom-made or old-fashioned.
Between that and that. The size looks about the same, actually. They are not the same shoe, but they could be the same person. No, these little horizontal lines are different. They look custom-made to me, or some kind of foreign print. Hard to see.
Everything around you is quiet. The prints crisscross the workshop floor.
It means someone snuck through what seems like a secret route, behind our rape victim's room, in the recent weeks. This may prove to be significant.
А, вот он номер ее. Изнасилованный, да, вот. Мы на крыше, блядь, были.
The door is small but heavy looking. It's barred from the inside.
Unless we've veered off into a folded M dimension, I'm expecting to step out on the roof. We could ask Class here about this route. See how she...
Folded M dimension. A reference to the popular science fiction series, In System. Look who's in a good mood suddenly and reads science fiction.
Блять, каждая маленькая такая вот, блять, пиздюшечная такая локация, там 2 на 2 сантиметра, сука, загружается у тебя, блять. Пидорасы криворукие, блять, не могут сделать нормально, сука, уёбки, блять. Пиздец, жопа горит нахуй с этой хуйней.
Just as you look at the flowers, a gust of wind
Ой,
raises
блядь,
them
плохо,
from the roof,
плохо.
picking them up in the air.
Координация. Когда ты смотришь на цветы, порыв ветра подхватывает их с крыши и поднимает в воздух.
You catch a single white flower between your fingers. The rest fly
Ох,
off
я
into the
вытащил.
wind.
6-6.
It's a Maybell.
Сыны носят ветер. Это ландыш.
The young woman looks at the
Девушка бросает
Maybell in
бедный
your hand.
ландыш, в руке
Just the lieutenant gives you an.
Кивает. Красавчик. Давайте с ним поговорим, что он там. Наконец-то я на крыше.
Officer, what was that?
Что это такое? Офицер, это что такое было? Что? Ерунда. Кладет руки.
You looked strange when he mentioned the assault victim's name. Do you know that woman? Is there something I should know before we talk to her?
Whatever you do, don't say the first thing.
Я ее не насиловал, лол. Я с ней уже встречался в коридоре, когда проснулся. Она знает, что я не помнил о том, что работал полицейским. Она знает, что прежде чем отрубиться, я творил непотребство, отжигал по полной, и это оказалось на моей психике. Я спросил ее, где мы, в каком городе, может даже какой сейчас год, типа того. Она знает, что я... Так.
So she overheard you, or did you party together?
So this is what it feels like to be interviewed.
Когда у них берут показания. Забавно, но я бы не сказал. Она слышала, что у меня играла музыка и происходило что-то странное из своего номера с твоим.
Anything else? That's clearly your interrogation technique. Anything else? Okay, that's manageable. Understood. You were not in good shape on Monday. What you're saying is, you raped her?
Ice is forming on the inside of your chest cavity. Cold sweat trickles down your neck.
Then, don't ever say that again. What else? We'll be all right, Lieutenant.
You feel fortified by his assurance. It's going to be all right. Is it though? Nothing? You're still in for a bumpy ride here. Try not to mess it up.
Давайте сохранимся.
Welcome to the roof.
Так, что там мне еще нужно? 2 очка навыков я получил, чуваки. Эмпатия, внутренний империя, авторитет, эмпатия. Ой, блядь, что мне тут прокачать-то надо? Драма, риторика, визуальный анализ, сумрак, трепет, электрохимия. Так, координация, техника, ёпта, мать, эквилибристика. Энциклопедия. Риторика. Драма, эмпатия. Давайте эмпатию. Так, сила воли. Так, полицейская волна. Внушение. Ладно. Добро пожаловать на крышу. Одной руки в раньше лет, другой чашка.
Her hair is still slick from a shower. Below her silvery jumpsuit, an athletic young body,
Под серебристым
built
комбинезоном
long
скрывается
and
молодое
lean.
спортивное тело, высокое, стройное.
I'm sorry for the mess down there. The cleaning lady hasn't come by in days. I'm beginning to wonder if she ever will. It's much nicer now.
Where the dead body used to hang, clearly visible from the roof. But no.
Thank you for that, officers. Truly. Oh, yes. Legends of room number 1 have made their way around the building. They say a portal to hell has opened in there.
Диск Инферно.
I know. That's probably also why the cleaning lady quit.
I'm Kim Kitsuragi. I'm a detective from Precinct 57.
Как игрушка пошла бодрее, да? Тогда я
нашел
нашел ниточку вот эту вот, как надо продолжать дальше играть. Сразу много контента появилось, и теперь уже не так уж хочется гнать вперед время здесь.
Have I ever? This is the biggest fan of ostentatious orchestrations I have seen in my life. And I have seen a few. Oh, yeah. Life gets hard, but we go on.
The chorus of the 35 single, megaphoning the entire human race, instills you with the fuck it all swagger that prompts one to plow into grannies on your morning stroll.
I can see that. I'm glad all this onward going has brought you to me.
Miss, we are investigating the murder of the man down there. The people who put him there have asked us to talk to you.
Huh. I see.
Be careful. Ask something else first. When you go there, use words like, I hear you have been through something difficult. She looks at the dried petals in your palm, then lightly touches one with her fingernail. Chipped white polish covers the nail. It's long and sharp, like a mini dagger. The petal crumbles on.
Pretty. Looks like a dried maybell. Is that the one you caught? Sambo style? Why was there a flower on the roof? I don't know.
Or an admirer?
Admirers? I'm too old to be a debutante. And this place is no fashionable society.
Question avoided. Let's conclude that she has admirers.
Так и есть, конечно же есть.
Yeah, it's pretty deluxe. I'm wintering.
How long have you been staying here?
About 4 months. I came in November. Here in the Whirling, here in Martinez, or here in Revachol? I heard this is where the washed-up disco has-beens go. I'm really not. I'm winter.
How long?
About 4 months. Here in the Whirling, because it's the funkiest building in Martinez. And because all the other buildings are bombed to hell. I'm wintering.
How long?
About 4 months. Here in the Whirling, here in... I always wanted to see the only city in the world in the worst time of the year. It's a tourist thing.
This is by far not the only reason she's here, and she isn't really hiding it either.
I'm winter.
How long?
About 4 months. Here in the Whirling, here came to see the new world. It's a tourist thing.
This is by far not the only reason she's here. She isn't overtly hiding it either.
It turned out to be a Zarath-infested third.
Called Ilmara, and it didn't. Even after the Mesk colonized it 7 ways from Sunday, it's an industrial powerhouse.
I'm winter.
How long?
About 4 months. Here in the Whirling, he came to see the...
This is by far not the only reason.
Conference centers. A lot of them. I did not. Mystery solved then. I kept wondering where it led.
There may be more to this mystery at some later time. She's holding back. Let's make a mental note for now.
A peephole? You mean like a hole in the wall?
Yes, looking into your bedroom, miss.
Okay.
A jitter of fear and disgust moves through her body, beginning from her shoulders and ending in a...
Do you think this is somehow connected to me? Okay. Do you have any way of knowing how long it has been there?
Unfortunately, no. But if I were to guess, long enough. The perforation is under the bookshelf on your wall. It shouldn't be hard to cover with some tape.
Shit. I don't know. Maybe it's been there for a long time. Maybe the local kids use it or something.
She does. She must have some idea.
I'll be fucking covering it up with a lot of tape, that's for sure. Was there anything else back there? Honestly, I have no clue.
Yet, maybe it's something she's keeping for a later move, when she's more sure of herself.
Huh. This...
She's straight as a stick. She feels like quarry, encircled. Her eyes dart to the door.
Okay. I'm glad someone's had fun. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Watching herself reflected in the bedroom window, tall and sparkling and draped in smoke.
Clasier Amandou.
Same name that Titus gave you, like her accent. Her birthmarks also signal Oranje. You don't know why, but Oranese girls tend to come speckled with them.
I'm 28. Right, sir. Vredefort, Republic of Oranje.
Wasn't the tattoo on the hanged man an Oranese map of the waterways? The thought begins to form in your head, then dissipates. Something for later.
A bad memory.
The Republic of Oranje is a democratic nation on the Muindi Isola, north of here, over the sea and across the Pale. It is one of the 6 major Occidental nations to hold stake in the continued occupation of Revachol, the coalition. They will make you into a fiscal colony, divert your natural resources, hold patents and shares, but they won't threaten to wipe you out anytime, like Revachol did in its prime.
Of lilacs and lightning, parks, glass, duraluminum. Vredefort is a conference city. It's always autumn there. And night. At least it was for me.
What's so bad about that?
Nothing. If you're no longer there. Something stupid. Oranese lit. Oranese literature. It's what I studied at the university. Fear of failure, fear of death, how it sucks to be Oranese. All national literatures are... only the name of the nation changes.
What about Revacholian literature? People sometimes reveal things about themselves when they discuss such matters.
No. Revacholian lit is about how magnificent and serious Revachol is. It's about how you have to save the world. That's just a phase the Revacholian hero goes through. Before they plunge into full-core humanity and world-saving.
She seems quite relaxed for a victim of assault. But, of course, what seems should not be your priority.
Nothing. I do nothing with it. Cool. I've made more money by just being than I have with Oranese lit. Many things. A roller skating instructor, a secretary, Miss Oranje 37.
Of course she won a beauty pageant. She's very symmetrical.
I'm afraid you can't, officer.
Why is that?
Because it's buried in a sealed plastic bag at an undisclosed location on the coast, along with cash and airline tickets.
Thank you for your candor. Why?
They say so in your tourist brochure. Keep travel documents away from your person when west of the river. Look, officers, I like this place, but I don't want to be stuck wandering the city like a ghost after being robbed of my travel documents. I don't want to become an indentured servant in a brothel on Boogie Street, and I don't want my relatives to pay the ransom.
There are plenty of other reasons for hiding your documents from the law.
It's also why I hid it.
Why else?
I'm an unpopular girl. There are people back home who don't like me. If they show up, I'm in a hurry. The kind of hurry where you can't afford to not find your documents. But don't worry, this has nothing to do with your investigation. I would love to change the subject. It's not important. Unless I'm some kind of suspect. Phew. If I were to lie to you, I would come up with a more mainstream name than Clausia Mondu.
She seems to be telling the truth, sire.
Okie dokie.
If any of this made her nervous, it certainly doesn't show in her expression or her movements.
The record. So official. Yeah? Alright. Something difficult? I've been through at least half a dozen difficult things. Which one do you mean? By sexually assaulted, you mean raped?
Yes.
It's a bit early in the morning for raped, isn't it? Is it? It is afternoon. Time flies, man. Yeah. I'm gonna go with not raped. I don't want to say that shit about him.
By him, she must mean the victim.
Tell them it's not my style. They'll have to, you know, if they want to jazz up the charges, they'll have to get someone more, rapeable.
It's all very organic. Her mannerisms, her movements. If she's acting, by they, she means the Hardy Boys.
Are you saying that you were asked to tell us you were assaulted?
Not explicitly, but I understood what they meant. It wouldn't hurt to spice things up a bit. Some assault and battery. Sexual assault, maybe. It was clear the latter would be spicier. Pretty much.
Warming them.
We partied. We drank, sir. A lot. For weeks, basically. We had that effect on each other. We made each other drink harder. That's why I liked him.
What else?
Stimulants. Speed also has that effect, making you drink harder. And then drinking harder makes you do more speed. It's quite the combination. We also had sex. I guess you can say that, yes, a bit. Lovers is such an emotional word. But there was something there.
How did you two meet?
Downstairs, at the bar. He was on some sort of assignment, a military man, as you probably know. Had a cool, scary scar.
She appears aloof, but that scar part, the scary, is stressed and drawn out. What's that about?
When was this?
A month ago? Something like that. I'm 89% sure. You know how it is.
Do you?
Maybe you don't know.
There are numerous cigarette burns on those silvery scales. Easy to see now that you're closer.
In conclusion, officer, I'm gonna go with a mild to medium not raped here. Serious.
You hear cracking in her shoulders.
Let me make this 100% clear then, officer. I was not sexually assaulted. Would I be this flippant if I had been? Oh yes. I've had a great view. From the roof, out of the bathroom window.
A bitter cringe. It hurts. You look, he takes a small step closer.
You called us, the RCM.
Yes.
Jackpot.
I made it. And I would appreciate it if you didn't tell everyone. In Martinez, they call it snitching.
Reporting crimes is confidential in Ravachol, miss.
Because I couldn't handle it anymore. None of these people called. He just kept hanging there. Then they started stripping him. I didn't exactly disguise it. I just muffled the mic and nicked the landline a little. With nail clippers. And I diverted some radio fuzz into it. Into the cold wire.
So, she's God's mystery phone cutter.
Did I? Fuck. I didn't mean to. I had no idea what I was doing.
Jigsaw falling into place. This is satisfying. Good catch. I appreciate the symmetry. Still, that's pretty clever tampering. Simple and clever. Crossing the lines like that.
Thanks.
She looks a bit like a little girl who's just been complimented on her bike repair skills.
I don't know, sir. It was stupid. I was drunk, too. I was probably afraid the union was listening in. Locals...
We're not entirely convinced about that answer, but okay. Let it slide. Pushing won't...
Thank you for making the call, miss. It was the right thing to do.
I didn't want to, sir. But if I hadn't, he'd still be hanging there. I'm sorry, I can't do it. Not right now. Later, maybe. I keep seeing him. Like he is now. I can't talk about his... I don't know... hair.
I know it's difficult, miss. We can return to it later.
He had something to do with the strike. One has been roiling since I got here. Rotten timing. But you probably know all about it.
And his role in this strike was... what?
I think he was in a security detail. He was ex-military, worked for Wild Pines, and against the Union. We didn't discuss...
And they lynched him for it?
She nods.
Bullet? They shot him too?
I'm not picking up on any theatercraft here, sir.
They stripped his clothes and they shot him?
You mean after they hanged him?
I'm confused, sorry.
So am I. Were you aware that he had also been shot, miss?
Things are starting to go a little over my head here. I thought he was hanged. I was not present when they did it. I don't know what happened. I just know what they told me. And Sylvie, the bartender.
This is beginning to get confusing for you too, and we don't like that. Where was she last Sunday night?
Cowering. I was cowering downstairs with Sylvie. They're frequent guests. Downstairs, they have a booth for union members. They're probably down there now. Over drinks. It's been a long, boring winter. A little, yeah.
Like you partied with the deceased?
No, not as hard.
I'm sorry to have to ask this, but have you had a physical relationship with any of the Hardy Boys?
I have. Which ones, sir?
Действительно шлюха.
I don't remember
Просто
precisely.
пиздец.
Titus,
Ну, в принципе, по ней это видно было. Я когда
But as
только,
I said, it's
я
been a
когда
long
только вышел
winter.
из номера из своего, помятый, побитый, вот такой вот весь, и то сразу сказал, что это шлюха просто галактических масштабов, короче, просто ебунячая. С которыми, ни хрена себе. Я точно не помню, ну, с Титом, само собой. Ну, как я уже говорил, зима была долго.
Could that have
Ебать.
been part of the reason they hanged him?
Могло ли это стать одной из причин, по которым его повесили? Из ревности.
I hope not. Actually, I know that's not the reason. I'm careful about that kind of thing. Not crossing the wires, you know? But that's probably where they got the rape idea. Men like that? I don't know. It's the way their imaginations work. I suspect it's what they'd like to do to me.
Mm-hmm.
She breathes a silvery sigh of relief and weariness. The air on the roof feels humid.
Should we head by downstairs, officer? We may have things to discuss there.
She nods.
Какой?
Silvery cigarette fumes
Ой,
disappear
блядь.
into her mouth.
Она кивает, поглатывает себе стыдом сигареты. Помогать. Сила воли. Блять, а у меня силы воли нихуя нет. Ёб твою мать. И кажется...
Why not?
Почему бы нет? Я
I'll
здесь
be
до
here
23.
until 11
Скорее всего,
p.m.
буду пить кофе. Да, интересно, блядь, у тебя житуха, в принципе. Тоже курить. Сила воли. Но у меня нету силы воли здесь. Не-не-не, нету. Что-то нету. Риторика, эмпатия. Не-не-не-не. Кстати, будем в этих снах ходить, лол. Они крутые. Эквилибристика. Тут что? Скорость реакции. Эквилибристика, грубая сила. Ну, давайте лучше вот так. Самообладание. Эмпатия, координация. Эмпатия, координация. Ни хрена себе. Скорость реакции, координация. Не-не-не, у меня нету. На силу воли, блядь. Я даже не знаю. У меня одно очко навыков. Сила воли. Въебать, не въебать, не знаю. Сохраняйте боевой дух. Ну, лучше не надо.
Officer.
Вот. Ну,
It's a
давайте.
fine day for questions.
She
Ну,
looks back.
естественно.
Time moves slowly. The triangles of her face. Don't worry. We will protect you from her beauty. We will consult you through the reefs and sounds of her persona. We will see through deceits. You are shielded. You are wise. You are advised. There are muscles on long white bones that line her limbs, just below the silver jumpsuit.
Конечно, конечно, она, я же как и говорил, короче, она с этим чуваком, только она подходит под описание бабы, там же прибыло 3 наемника, 2 мужика и 1 баба. А баба именно, потому что один стоит в порту, один убит, остается баба. Баба, которая наблюдает за тобой где-то с высоты, то есть с каких-то там крыш или там что-то типа того. Это единственное место, откуда видно, в принципе, площадь, и она здесь стоит. То есть это она и есть, конечно, у нее мускулистое тело, молодое. По описаниям там было четко сказано. Это типа подтянутое, крепкое, молодое тело, спортивное, короче, у нее. Она и есть военная. Она тут, понятно почему, короче, она есть военная. И все сходится, что надо документы тебе не может дать, типа там спряталась, кто-то за ней гонится, это все выдумка. Она она наемница, короче. И трахалась она с этим чуваком по этой же причине, потому что они были знакомы с ней очень давно. И плюс ко всему, как это сказать, поэтому она ей позвонила. Именно поэтому она ей позвонила, потому что она одна из наемниц, и плюс ко всему, когда она сказала, что типа, да я там добавила шумов, подрезала там что-то там это, пизданула там какие-то радиопомех, там еще что-то, но откуда простая баба это может знать, даже там, кем она там была, там, на роликах, что-то там, литературу изучала, пиздешь это все, блядь, у нее есть специфические технические навыки, короче. Все сходится в один момент. Конечно, она и есть. Но я эту хуйню сказал еще очень давно. Когда я еще первый раз это... ну, там, типа, когда ты бегаешь, ее я поначалу не замечал. То есть крыша была как будто пустая, типа. А потом, когда я увидел, что она стоит на крыше, курит, короче, я связал с тем, что кто-то за мной наблюдает, короче, и дальше по цепочке, что это баба из 3, ну, как бы, наемников, 1 женщина была, там, баба, тянка, не знаю, как угодно, короче, и вот дальше как это сказать, по нарастающей, короче, то есть логическая цепочка, конечно, она наемница, ёптать. И получил ответ: на длинных белых костях есть мускулы, которые скрепляют ее конечности, и все это под серебристым комбинезоном. Мисс Носица Ранская, ты хочешь положить руку на спину, чтобы почувствовать, как она выгибается. Что происходит? Ничего, обычный ход времени, не переживай. Дурак. Обычный муд. Что сказали? Воздух проходит по твоим дыхательным путям, сердце бьется, ты детектив, так возвращайся к работе. Меня что, пытаются очаровать?
She presses her elbows against her waist and slowly turns her head. Her hair brushes her shoulders, making a small hissing sound, almost imperceptible. The strange moment
Странный момент проходит. Он был краток, дольше 2,2 секунды. Сила воли. Блять, такое ощущение, что прям бери и силу воли качай, блять. Ой, блять. Вернемся к этому вопросу позже. Ну-ка, сколько у меня? 42, 1 очко навыка. Сила воли. Блин. Авторитет, эмпатия, внутренняя империя, внушение. Да мне, в принципе, больше-то нечего качать, только вот разве что координацию. Вот. Разве что только координацию. Ну давайте качнем. Проверку посмотрим, ну-ка. 28% всего лишь. Блять. Ну давайте. Ну да, пососал. Как и в прошлый раз, взгляд ее... Как и в прошлый раз, взгляд ее светло-карих. Как и в прошлый раз, взгляд ее светло-карих глаз снова на тебе, еще как прежде. Ты чувствуешь, как от ее губ поднимается сигаретный дым. Она прекрасна, как...
We will protect you from. We will. You are Miss Aranye. The strange moment ends.
Блять.
It was brief.
Плохо дело. Ну ладно. Кажется, нам есть что обсудить с так называемыми парнями Харди, которая только что наполовину вылетела в трубу. Думаешь, после этого они более охотно пойдут на сотрудничество?
But it will disrupt the game they
это не
prepared for
прибавит.
us. We just stripped off one layer of whatever it is. Her decision to not corroborate their story was definitely not part of the plan.
Ее решение не поддерживать придуманную историю явно не входило в их планы. Почему она вообще нам это рассказала?
What else could she have done? Lie? She saw there was no way to lie and get away with it.
You would have caught it.
Не уверен, что ей нужно было врать. Я все равно не понял, говорит ли она правду.
If not you, then me. It was a smart move from her.
Здесь что не так, мне
You
кажется.
think so?
Как думаете?
She seemed forthcoming.
Тень прибегает к
Unusually
лицу.
so. Being forthcoming about some things is a good way to obscure other things.
Открытость в одних вопросах лучший способ уйти внимание другие.
The
Вот
best
именно.
liars are always forthcoming. Anyway, we should move. I suspect our investigation will bring us back here soon enough.
Сюда. Ну да, да. Ладно, давайте сохранимся и закончим на этом. 3 часа с половиной уже стрим идет.